The most important, the most worthy goal there is in life, in my humble opinion, is serenity. I'm a great believer in going after your goals, in having success habits, but not at the expense of your mind, not at the expense of going insane. I would be lying if I said you can get what you want, because nobody can say that in life. And anybody who does is lying. Um, we definitely have a better chance of getting what we want if we create a schedule and structure, if we write our goals down, remind ourselves of them, if we make them our top priority, if we understand why we're going after them. And also, what's really important is to have a sane mind when you're doing that. And not only that, not to make you achieving that goal, not to make your sanity depend on that, your sanity, your joy, your happiness. I think that a well lived life is choosing sanity now. Sounds crazy, but there's a lot of people that don't have a serene mind, myself included. It's, it's up and down in cycles, but I realize that this is the most important thing, no matter what. You've just got to. And the wonderful thing is that it's completely 100% within your power to have serenity. So let me share a little bit about how. Well, in a nutshell, I would say as a tool, the work of Byron Katie is an incredible tool because basically, as Byron Katie says, if you argue with reality, whatever your current reality is, if you're arguing with it, saying this should not be happening, then you're going to suffer because it is happening. That's the reality. So working with whatever is happening in your life. And you might say, oh, that was not what I was expecting, but trusting it, trusting there's a gift in it. And as I said in my blog this morning, that sometimes losing is really winning in disguise. That's not the words I used. That's even better words. But it's like, trust it, because sometimes when you lose things and you say, well, yeah, bummer, but I want to be happy anyway. I'm choosing happiness no matter what, or fulfillment, serenity, that then you discover that your power inside you in order to pull that off, in order to make that happen. And you can continuously measure it, you can continuously check in on your serenity and do things that allow you to feel serene. I notice when I'm eating well, when I'm going out in nature, when I have structure, when I'm meditating, all of those things, they keep me grounded when I'm in my body. That keeps me grounded, that keeps me serene, that keeps me sane. And no matter what is going on in my external world, if I can take care of myself in that way, my life is a success. So it doesn't matter if I'm not getting the big goals, the big vision that I set for myself. Obviously, I still strive to, and I feel called and pulled to go after those bigger things. But the most important thing, I think a well lived life is a serene one, a grateful one. So think about that for yourself right now. How can you work on serenity in your life? How can you work on increasing the serenity? How can you work on surrendering to whatever life is showing you is your path right now? Because life is showing you whatever is showing up in your life, that is your path. So to work with it. There's a great book by Ryan Holiday called The Obstacle is the Way. So it's trusting whatever obstacle is showing up in your life that, oh, okay, that's what I've got to work with. Not saying, no, it shouldn't be happening. That's like kind of a tense energy. And we're human, right? So you have a right to tantrum about stuff that you don't like that's showing up, but not for long, not for long. Then decide, okay, I'm a warrior and I'm working with it, and I choose serenity. So how can I find serenity in this circumstance? If you want my help with that, reach out. I'd love to support you because it's all in the mind. Stress, pain, and serenity, they're all inside our minds. And we're so blessed to have a very, very, very powerful mind to work with, but sometimes it works against us. So you got to rein it in. and choose serenity because it is available no matter what. Another book that comes to mind is called The Surrender Experiment by the same author of The Untethered Soul, which is a fabulous book by Michael D. Singer, Singer. But his book, The Surrender Experiment, is a true story of how he was wrongly accused and was nearly sent to jail. But again, he chose to surrender, and he chose serenity no matter what. So that is what I wish for you today.